There we go.
All right.
Awesome. We have one person. Yay! It's awesome. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for being early.
Yes.
Wanting to be here and ask us questions.
So, we've got a couple of people. So we've been in El Salvador now for 4 months.
Yep.
And
It's gone fast.
Yeah, it's gone really fast. And we are now in our third abode, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one was only for,
Very
2
temporary.
weeks. Yeah, very temporary. But so we're in a great condominium, and it's got, I don't know, maybe about 200 houses.
Yeah.
And it's got all the amenities like swimming pools and tennis courts and gym. You've got a club right on the beach where it's got more pools and a restaurant, which is pretty cool. So, and it's just to be able to walk, and it's really lovely. Lots of trees and lots of fruit trees, and everyone seems very friendly. So and there's actually a community, which is quite cool.
It's very established.
Yeah.
So this background behind us is a new background. It's not the sea view. We're now at sea level.
Yep. So we've got mango trees behind us, and most of the mangoes have nearly gone. But I did pick this one up just before we came on. Yeah. So before it falls and splats. So it's massive.
It is a big mango.
It's really cool.
It's funny because during the night we'll hear mangoes fall through the tree and hit the ground, big thud, and we can't unfortunately come out, and there's just this split mango full of insects.
which is not cute. It's a bit of a bummer because they're beautiful, really good.
Very good.
If any of you have got any questions or any queries, the process of finding a rental was something that we were going to talk about. Is quite different, quite different from New Zealand. In the sense that you seem to need a lawyer involved, and they've got to write up the lease agreement, and it's all got to be signed.
Well, what is it? It's an apostle. No, it's what do you call the witness? A notary.
Notary.
So it's notarized, which happened when I lived in Japan as well. A lot of things had to be notarized. And that was what happens here as well. So you get an official to just make sure that both parties have signed the legal document, which is good. No problems with it.
Yeah. And we did have a property manager as such who sort of advertised, I suppose, this property. And so the initial negotiations or talking to were with them. But then sort of pretty much straight away, the actual owner of the house is involved as well. And so now, if there's anything issues or if she wants to talk to us, it's we communicate with the owner. Where again in New Zealand, that wouldn't be the same. It's if you've got a property manager, you deal with the property manager. You don't deal with the owner at all.
Yeah. So how we actually found this place this time. So the first time we found Mango Vista through recommendations, and this time we had a friend who said, "Oh, you guys should look on these websites." So in New Zealand, you basically have one key website you look at for property rental. And here there's several websites you can look at for property rental. And that's what we did. But if you're moving to El Salvador, you would want the ability to be able to take a lease for 3, more likely 6, and closer to 12 months to get better deals.
Yeah, definitely.
So we searched these websites and looked at a few different properties, and we contacted them. And then we were in touch with the property manager, and with this property, we had a look, which was awesome, and we met the property owner. Actually met us on the first day. I think they were quite keen to
see who was going to who was interested in looking at their place. And the other thing is, because we're not native Spanish speakers, or our Spanish is quite little, we needed, because it's a legal document, there was the first time when we went into Mango Vista, the lawyer had to do a translate, so we had to pay for a translation fee as well. Whereas this time we actually had a Spanish friend, or an El Salvadorian friend, who came along, and so she actually discussed and told us what was in the agreement, and then she actually had to sign a form to say that she had done this legally. So that it did change the price of the lawyer by a third, or 2/3, which is great. So it did make that quite a bit cheaper.
Yep.
And so that was good. And and then first, rental, how much they sort of charge, like the property manager. Obviously, it looks like it's about a month. The first month's rent goes to the property manager, and then the rest goes to the owner after that. So
So I guess if you're moving to El Salvador, some of the questions you will probably want to ask will be looking at things to look for. Should we do things to look for in a property? Depends on your circumstances. So we're a couple, so we don't need as much as if somebody had children. But for us, a washing machine is probably top of the list. We don't want to be spending our time to hand wash, which is quite common here. It's better for us to be working the 1 or 2 hours that we would spend doing the hand washing. So having a washing machine was a must for us, and they're not common here.
No.
So this place, because this is actually a holiday home, which we're now living in full time. So because it was a holiday home, they didn't have a washing machine, but the owner was very kind and great. We're very grateful for. They were like, we'll put a new washing machine in, and it's awesome.
So now, which is really
a
good.
Game changer. Hot and cold water.
That for us doesn't matter.
No,
it's not really. It's not necessary. I mean, I suppose we find it hot here anyway, and the water coming out of the taps isn't cold like it is in New Zealand either. No. So it's like a lukewarm. Well, not lukewarm. It's cold. It's just off cold. So it doesn't bother us at all.
But we actually like it. But it's refreshing. It gives us a reprieve from the heat. So that's really good.
Yeah. So back to El Salvador, please. Bertha. So you're wanting to come back to El Salvador? Is that what you're saying, Bertha?
Another thing, after the hot and cold would be toilets. That's definitely something to think about. Bathrooms.
Space. Bathrooms are quite, in general, seem to be quite little. I mean, in the new in the Mango Vista, yes, it was a brand new build, so it was definitely designed in sort of for the more Western world.
Yep.
But then sorry, you get distracted by the people just saying comments, so we appreciate them. That's just really cool. But it's all
but that's awesome. I'm gonna you stay focused. Now that our attention has been distracted, Bertha, our visa application is going very well. So that's really good. We're not going anywhere in a hurry. And hello, Jonathan. Hola.
One of the things is what we've found out, I suppose, water. Like a lot of people sort of said, what's electricity like? What's internet like? Water. I mean, we did come here to this property, and they did have a problem with the well when we first arrived. It's actually the condominium well, not the actual house. And so we actually were out of water for nearly 2 weeks. So that was an interesting experience for us.
Yeah.
And we very made us realise that, I suppose, again, in New Zealand, in our property there, if we were out of water for 2 weeks, we would actually have to put our tenants into a rental or into a hotel or a motel. It's a
legal requirement in New Zealand, which adds expense.
Yeah. Whereas here it was just we just have to make do. I mean, it was wonderful that the truck came around with water and things like that. So it was just learning to we take water for granted. It's amazing. You're cooking and you just want to wash your hands, and all of a sudden you can't, sort of thing. So, there's a truck came around once a day that we're able to go and get buckets with the water, so we were able to, wash and do dishes. And
on that, power and internet. Internet's great. We work from home, video calls, 4 devices, no problems. So anyone who's looking for internet, we're on a really easy plan. It's fiber right to the house. It's fantastic. No problems. Power's reliable, other than you will get brownouts. So that if you've got devices, which my node suffered, my Bitcoin node suffered, but the brownouts will reset things. And just to be prepared for that, you may need a UPS to actually protect against that. Going off that for a moment and moving into other things that we should look for, fly screens.
Yes.
For us, mosquitoes are unfortunately a bit of an issue here, which we're working on resolving through natural mosquito rolls.
At the moment, we've got, I think, about 4 or 5 little burny things, trying to keep them away from us. We've got the good old Nelson B2 spray, which is great. I've got that all over me as well. The 2B, sorry, it's called 2B, and it's a great product. We brought over from Nelson to keep the mosquitoes at bay, but it does leave quite an oily, substance on your body, which is not so nice, but it is natural. And then we've gone and brought ourselves some blue lights that zap, their power. You plug them into electricity, and they supposedly zap the mosquitoes. So we're still, toying with that. We haven't decided whether they work yet or not, and they definitely catch something, but whether they're catching the mosquitoes or not.
Yeah.
And the mosquito net over the bed is something that it's been a game changer for us to be able to sleep.
So on topic for things to look for in a house is fans, air conditioning, and what you do and you don't require as well. So do you need the entire house to be air conditioned? Do you just need some rooms? For us, a fan in the room we were sleeping in was more important than an air conditioner. The air conditioning is too harsh for us, but the fan is just right. So that was a big thing for us. Something to keep in mind.
Definitely. So Jonathan has just asked sort of what fruits we've tried so far. So yes, there's definitely been some amazing fruits. Of course, we've got, as said, we've got the mango tree. So
let's go through what we've got. What we've got growing in the garden here.
Yes, we've got mangoes. We've got papayas. Are you going to go? We've got. If you've been following the Insta post, the banana trees have been. It's incredible. You can pretty much watch the leaf grow. It grows so fast. So we've got bananas. And So one of the bananas fell in the wind, and so we've got a whole bunch, and they've been ripening, and they're beautiful, really, really nice to eat. We've got almonds, though not that we've really tried to eat the almonds yet. The fruits, the Mikados, the papayas. Now we can't remember. They've got. I don't know if you call them a fruit. Oh, lychees have just come into season, so they're really good.
Oh,
Love the lychees.
Lychees are awesome.
Slightly different than ones we've tried or we buy in New Zealand. These ones they're all furry. So they're sort of like little porcupines. So but that's quite cool. They're just I think different. My thought was maybe they're not quite ripe and those like furry bits have come off yet or something. I'm not sure because we've only just seen them this last week in the Mikados. We have got, what other fruits have we tried? The star fruit, of course, we've tried them, but that was earlier on when we first arrived. That's about papayas, pineapples, bananas.
We found some passion fruit.
Passion fruit are beautiful.
Yep, yeah. Watermelons.
Yeah, watermelons.
Rock melons. They're all sort of classic.
Yeah. Copinol. We haven't. We'll write that one down. I haven't seen those, and I don't know what they are. So that's cool. We love trying the food and the fruits. It's really enjoy it.
This week, I don't know if you looked at our Instagram where we made. Actually, I need to compile a video, but we made a little video on buying some fruit in the market we've seen here from day one to make a drink. And
too scared to try it because it comes in. It's like it looks like a brown sticky something, and it comes in a plastic in a plastic bag, and it looks like a sticky thing of dates, and it's actually tamarind fruit, and we made the drink a couple of days ago with that, and that was really good, and it tastes very much like a fruit leather, so a dehydrated fruit. But you make a drink from it, and we are enjoying that. It's really good.
Yep. And yes, rainy season, it's on its way. We just had a morning of rain, and it's grey at the moment. But I don't know, it's our first year. Well, this will be our first year, and we're going to experience all the seasons that El Salvador has.
Yeah.
And I think we're in a good place for it. This is a house, and it's got good outdoor areas. Like at the moment we're actually in a gazebo, which is going to keep us dry outdoors during the rainy season,
which will be good.
Which will be very good.
We've got the barbecue there and things, which is really, really cool too. Maranon, the cashew nut. Yes. So we have tried the fruit, which I found very strong. Someone told us to make ice cream with it. Not sure about that. Didn't quite turn out. But yeah, so we have
the mixer.
Yeah, well, maybe the mixer. Yeah. So we have tried that. But
Yep.
I don't know whether there's other better ways to do that.
Where are we living? We're in the San Blas area, so we're still down by the beach. We're pretty close to where we were before, and it's a good established area. That's probably the main thing that we really like.
Yeah,
lots of trees,
lots of birds. The birds are amazing here. It's been really cool. We've got like just heaps of them, and the bird song in the morning and night is quite incredible. And we've already found a snake, so that's been interesting. So we had a snake up at the other place. We had another snake here. It was supposedly a good snake, so a snake that will eat frogs and lizards, and keeps, if it can keep those animals down, then the not so nice snakes come along. But it did die, so it was obviously sick.
I think it may have been attacked by another insect.
Something. Yeah,
we had a scorpion running. I was lying on the couch at night, and I saw this thing running across the floor, and it was another scorpion. It was crazy, so I swept him outside. Andy's just asked about our residency. So at the moment, our residency is not officially started yet. We've just been given another extension, and it's just going through the hoops. Apparently, so the initial delay was actually from the New Zealand side, and that's pushed everything out by an extra 60 days or something. And then what was I going to say there? Once it's not hard and it's not difficult, but that's what I was going to say. There's lots of new applications. So I don't know if you guys saw the news. The first 4 months of the year, El Salvador had over 500,000 tourists come through, and we're not exactly sure how many people are like us. We didn't think there were many people like us, but maybe there's a lot more than we realized.
Yeah, and we're going to say hello to Daisy too. So apparently you're watching, Daisy. So hello.
Ginger, yes, sorry, our Spanish is still muy poquito.
Yes. we are, learning every day, getting better.
Yep.
Yeah. So the residency also, well, it's sort of like what will happen is we will get a visa for a year, and then we just need to fill in another form and get an extension for another year. And apparently it does take 3 to 5 years of doing that before we get the actual full residency. And so as long as we keep clean and make sure we're here and living in El Salvador, then there should be no problem at all. We have gone through the process. So we've actually submitted all our papers to the residency. We've actually gone and we've paid for the money. We have had our photos taken. We've had our fingerprints done.
Police check,
all of that stuff. So we're all, and so now we're just waiting to hear back, which is great. But as soon as we submitted that residency, we get another 90 days. So we've actually now got 3 lots of 90 days. So our first visitor, then we did an extension 90 days of visitor, and now we're doing, and then we've got another 90.
Visa extension 90 days.
Yeah, so that's quite good. So we've actually, while they do this process. So that's really cool. So we've, it's and then we'll get our year after that. So it's actually going to be a year and 9 months before we have to reapply.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is great. So.
Yeah. Have we been to San Salvador? Yes, at least once a week at the moment. So we go there. We go there to shop on a regular basis. Would probably be the best way to explain it. We buy bulk food up there, and we also go up for our visa and immigration bits and pieces.
And buying a car. Too. We, I think, did 3 trips to go up.
Minimum.
Yeah, to buy. Well, once we found the car, it was 3 trips to go through the process of registering the car under us, getting the car checked first, of course, with mechanic, negotiating. Then after that, we had to go back up with lawyer documents to pay and register the car under our name, and then we actually had to go back and pick up the registration. So it's it's quite a different process, but it's okay. Yep. It's just what it is, and it's absolutely fine. Yeah.
I'm a legal car owner in El Salvador. Alexander, great question. Yes, we do feel safe. And it's funny, like we met with some foreigners who have been here for a week, or they're just here for the week. They're going home in a couple of days, and they said a couple of things that made us it made me feel like when we originally came, they're like, oh, is it safe down this road? Because you look down some roads, and because they look unfinished and basic, you feel unsafe. But they're not unsafe. It's just unfinished road.
Yeah, or it's not even that. It's just it isn't sealed.
Yeah,
really.
Yep. So it takes time to adjust to understand the areas that are and are not safe here in El Salvador. But we've stuck. Honestly, we've stuck to probably the more affluent areas in El Salvador. So Santa Tecla and the west side of the city, that has a lot more money in it, and we feel safer there. And we haven't been to the far east side. So in a way, we haven't really been to a dangerous area, which, well, is a smart thing in our mind. But
yeah. Absolutely. And we've got, sorry, about the cost of living. What do you think about the costs of life in El Salvador? Do you feel safe? Okay, again, Alexander, in regards to the cost living here, it's we came with a little bit of expectation. A lot of it we didn't come with expectations, but maybe this is me. I thought it would be quite a bit cheaper than what it was. The whole, I don't know, third world sort of thing. This is going to be quite cheap. It's, if we look at the property that we were living in, Mango Vista, I mean, that was
it was above what we expected we would pay here.
Yeah, so it was $1,500 a month plus expenses. So it ended up costing us over $2,000 US a month, which is more than what we're getting for our property in Nelson. So, I mean, yes, it's a brand new place, but to us, it was quite expensive.
One of the biggest expenses here that we've been surprised about is food in the supermarket. Like that is US prices basically, because I'm guessing you have to import this processed food, and all of that has regulations around it, and regulations cost money. Yet we go to the Mercado and we buy fresh fruit and raw ingredients, and it's a good price.
Great, and the fish and the cheeses and everything there are great. And then going out for dinner. I mean, we went to recently. We did a little video shot. We went to a restaurant that all the tapas are $1.50. And so that's crazy. And the awesome. Beer was $1.50.
Beer's $1.50. Tapas $1.50. What did we spend? I can't remember. We spent $15 for the two of us. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Nikki went out with the high roller that night.
And our rent, our rent here is we're saving over $800. Over $800, maybe $900.
Well, it's $850 plus expenses
here.
So it's we live by the beach. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yes, it's a fully furnished place. It's not as new, of course, but it's actually got more space for us, so it actually fits our needs so much more. And
we've got fruit trees. We've got an outdoor pavilion with a barbecue.
And that's to us that's cheap. That's really
it's reasonable for where we are. And it's in a gated community. It's safe. We've got access to pools, a gym. Like we
tennis courts,
and a private beach club with direct beach access, which has a restaurant. So we don't have to go anywhere if we don't want to, but at the same time, it's easy to go and explore lots of the area.
Yeah, definitely. You heard that? When you enter the so when you do enter the country, you do need a ticket out. We were never ever asked to show our ticket out, because I have family, as in children and grandchildren in New Zealand, and I decided to make the call and have a ticket back to New Zealand. James made the call to have a ticket to go to Mexico, so he did a one-way ticket to Mexico. I've got a ticket going back to New Zealand, but I've extended that and changed that all anyway, so that won't happen for a year or so. I've been able to do that. James's ticket was a throwaway ticket. So yes, you do, but and when we did the 90-day extension, yes, you also are meant to show you've got a ticket out. We were very fortunate because when we went in to go into the ministry, we went and sort of said, are our forms filled in correctly? And they sort of said, well, what are you doing here? And we said, oh, we're here for Bitcoin, of one of the things. And automatically, all of the restriction, all of the sort of requirements needed for that 90-day visa have changed. And so we didn't need to tick it out. We didn't need to show bank statements proving we've got income coming in. It was quite amazing. It was quite a different experience of what we needed. So we actually have never ever had to show that we had a ticket leaving the country.
Yep. And just on that note, one of the things that we heard is the immigration officers have the ability to look at every single person individually. So when they looked at us, they assessed us and said, yep, they seem like they're here legitimately, they're doing what they say they're doing, and we're going to make it easy so they can stay, which was awesome. But at the same time, if somebody, I don't know, if the officer's having a bad day, or you do or say something that makes the officer think maybe you're suspicious, you may have a different experience. But generally, what we're finding is El Salvador is very welcoming in terms of immigration and staying longer. Absolutely. But if you're organized and have your ducks in a row, you're more likely to get a good experience, because if they see you're organized and you want to be here, they're more likely to help you to be here.
Carlos, have we seen the president speak yet? No, we haven't. The 3 years speech. So his speech, you mean after being in presidency for 3 years? No, we haven't. We've seen bits of it, but we actually haven't, because that was just what they did over the weekend.
Oh, was it?
We haven't actually sat and had a look. Lauren, happy Friday. What do you miss most from New Zealand? Greetings from Canada. Wow. Well, New Zealand's getting really cold at the moment, so I must have...
Not as cold as Canada.
So all my friends and family are very much, or our friends and family are very much wrapped up, and, they are finding it pretty chilly. It would be family and friends.
What did I say the other day? I said something, the one thing I missed from New Zealand. I can't remember what it was. Can't have been that important.
Maybe could have been running water when we didn't have any water.
No, it wasn't running water. I don't know what it was. It was something, I can't remember what it was. No, it wasn't about material things that I missed. It was, I think it was a convenience, just a cultural thing. I can't remember what it was. But I don't know. We made a decision to go on an adventure. And so because we're here in El Salvador living that adventure, we came with the objective to have as few regrets as possible and live into the moment. So I don't know if, because we've got that mindset, we're not
dwelling on New Zealand.
No. And I think that makes a big difference to, And
it's so amazing nowadays, it's so easy to be able to, we're talking to people all around the world, it's so easy to be able to, do this and contact and see your friends and family online. And, it feels really good. So, what was it, 20 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to do this. 10 years ago, you wouldn't maybe not been able to do this. So this is amazing. The fact that we can do this and we can still, catch up with family and friends on a, daily basis if we wish to.
Yep.
So it is really cool in that way.
I've got mates that will ring me, he goes to work at 5 or 6 in the morning in New Zealand, and he'll ring me and it's the afternoon, and he'll have a call with me at least once a week while he's driving to work. Crazy hours. Andy, do you pay zero tax on income from working online? So at the moment, because the money is going to New Zealand still, because I need a bank account here in El Salvador to redirect it to, which I don't have yet, because opening a bank account
takes time.
Yeah, you've actually got to be a well-established citizen to be to have the privilege of opening a bank account, and so it's a lot of hoops for us to jump through. But in regards to El Salvador, there is zero income tax, but we will have to pay there is a GST, a VAT tax or something.
Yep.
Of 13%. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work yet. We've got an accountant meeting in 2 weeks
to go through that. So we do, so it is a monthly your GST, because we're setting up a company. So we will have that on any of the income that comes into the El Salvadoran bank account. And then there is, at the end of the year, you do actually have a tax. You do pay tax on your income.
Yep.
So we will have that. to
Yeah, but the thing is with crypto, so it depends on the type of income.
Yeah.
Because we were listening to, so if you want to know more, Andy, we can put you in touch with somebody that we know that's very knowledgeable on that. We listened to a call that he had this week where he was talking about that. So we're not experts by any shape or form on that regard yet.
No.
maybe
once we've talked to the accountant,
had an experience.
and that's the thing is we've got so many questions for him when we see him in 2 weeks' time. So to find all the bits and pieces.
Julio, my answer to that is it was a small 2-bedroom apartment, and you paid for the view.
Yeah. And the 2,000 a month. Julio's question was 2,000 for rent. How many square feet was the house? So that
wasn't just rent. That included all of our expenses.
Yeah. So it was the pool, the pool cleaner, the electricity, the internet.
Yeah, guard service, water.
So
all of that.
Yeah. And so it was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, kitchen, dining. Is actually in our latest video. If you want to have a look at it, check it out.
Jonathan, Sandblast is a good beach to swing, swim. It does say swing, but swim, and it's free of rocks. Yes, because literally just around the corner, it's all rocky. And it's actually seasonal, so it will be sandy for part of the year and rocky for part of the year, and that's just because the water washes it away and brings it in. But yes, Sandblast is awesm. It's
amazing. Yeah, it is really. If you're looking at any of the Junior World Surf Champs at the moment, which are in Altonco, you see the young surfers and they're just on these rocks. They're walking down this sort of quite steep boulder bank type thing to get to the water. And it's nothing like that. It's really lovely. Really, really, really grateful for the sandy beach.
Andy, if you can please message me on Twitter, I'll send you the details. That'd be the best way to do it. njelsalvador, same as all our handles. And then, Jonathan, another question. We've actually been to Costa del Sol. We got Nikki's kite gear out. So
my wing foil.
Is that on Instagram?
We've got one picture. We haven't done much on there. So that might
we have been down there, and it was amazing. Some friends of ours have a family holiday home, and they invited us down. We were blessed, basically, to be invited and to spend a day down there because they made it a real treat for us. It was really cool.
It was a real experience because apparently, there's this big sandbar, and so I was able to wing in the estuary type part of their sandbar. But apparently that sandbar goes, once the waves come. So apparently we're coming into that really wavy season. Do
you want to jot down those other 2 beaches? So Jonathan's also mentioned Las Tunas and Las Flores and
I see.
El Espino.
Las Flores.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Do you need to live in a gated community? Great question, Nick. No, I would say you don't need to. But in saying that, you may want your house to be a little fortress.
Yeah. And it's just a peace of mind, I think, more than anything. Every house here is like a little fortress, pretty much. And if you're not in a gated community.
And just to give that some context, it's all post-Civil War.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because you didn't know when somebody might literally try and come through your windows. So that's why a lot of them have bars and everything over it and or have high walls. And it's just common here to have high walls, razor wire, or live in a community. Even like some communities, you can have a 1-house community, or you can have like a 10-house community, or you can have a like hundreds of houses community. But one of the reasons we like the community is it comes with facilities. So there's a gym, there's like 3 swimming pools, and we've got access to a beach club. So that's why we like the gated community at the moment. But in the future, we may change once we're more familiar with El Salvador and where we want to live.
Yeah, because we do talk a lot about what we would like to, build eventually and create. And a gated community may not be suitable for what our dreams are in that regards. Yeah.
Eric, and I see there's another question there, Nick, which I want to get to, but hang on. Eric, greetings from New York. Hello. Gratia Palma Bara. Oh my gosh. free of rocks. Oh, okay, awesome.
Right,
More beaches.
I have
more
written them
beaches,
down.
Cool. Right. So
Yeah,
Nick,
thank
your
you.
next question. And do you go out at night? Yes, we do. And we're learning. So we're going to make a list of places that we really enjoy. And we're happy-go-lucky kind of people. So we will be walking along the beach and we will go to a random place on the beach.
Yeah.
And it'll just be locals selling local food because we want that experience. And then like yesterday, we went to an amazing restaurant, beach cliff top restaurant. And they specifically they were catering for the foreign people. So you've got everything from totally local experiences and food to international experiences and food. And there's everything in between.
And it's surprising the amount of amazing places that are just tucked away. You wouldn't even expect, down these really dirt little roads. You're sort of going, oh, what can be down here? And there's a sign on the main road. Go check this out. And that's incredible because you go and you go, how would we have ever found this? Yeah.
But sorry, the question was actually go out at night, and our answer is we haven't been out in San Salvador. Oh, we went out in San Salvador one time, but locals took us out to a good restaurant. And then down here along the beach, we go salsa dancing. So we go to a specific club to practice and to actually dance. And then we have been out to a couple of places for dinner. And again, it's one of those things where if you know where you're going, you've got a reliable transportation, you're not getting drunk, then you'll be fine. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
Oh, and just avoid shady people.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Do you prefer the countryside or the city? Definitely more a country. Sort of. Don't need the big city.
No, we enjoy the services of the city, like access to good selection of food, but we would rather be living away from the city. So at the moment we're in the beach. We've also been to the mountains, and we would quite happily look at living there as well, just because the environment, it's cooler, different experience.
And it's different, sort of the greenery is different, and so it will be good to go for another experience up there and have a good look around and see what's there.
Good choice. Cheers from Canada to all Salvadorians.
Yeah, so I think we've got lots of our Salvadorians here. So yes.
Well, it's awesome that so many Salvadorians that live overseas follow us. Thank you. That's really cool. And we get lots of recommendations of food and places to go, which is cool. And pronunciation tips. Have you eaten zapote? No. Is that eating shoes? Zapote.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. No, sorry, sure. Aunt Molly, you're going to have to show us a picture or something.
What is zapote?
I'll write it down and we'll go and have a look.
You guys need to visit Cerro Verde, Los Planes de Rendero, Huerta del Diablo.
Okay.
Is that Port of the Devil? Oh, it's a fruit. Oh.
Yeah, that's for the
zapote. Zapote. Have we
don't know if we have. So I will.
Not sure. We'll find it.
Is it in season now?
We'll see if we can find it. We'll Google it after this as well.
Yeah.
We've caught up on the questions.
We have.
Yeah, that's good. So we're car owners now. That's been quite a process for us. And even after buying the vehicle, it's been interesting. And basically my expectations to make sure that we have a safe and reliable vehicle, I'm spending more money to do things, which is like making sure we have a full size spare tire, making sure that maintenance equipment is in there, such as a jack and wheel brace, jumper leads, just in case, because we've had issues with the battery because the wrong size battery being left in it. So we've upgraded that as well. And a fire extinguisher, but just general maintenance and safety, because if we get stuck on the side of the road, we need to be able to fix it. We do have roadside assistance, which is basically it's worked for us once already. how big is the culture shock for you guys?
Initially, it was quite big. I'm going to bring something up here, which I think this would be one of the biggest culture shock, and it sounds really dumb, but no thing is toilet paper down the toilet. This is a Western thing, and I don't know. Yeah, we've just in this place we're in now. I think the other place it was fine because it was a new build, and obviously new different types of sewage systems, etc., etc. This one we're in now, there's no toilet paper down the toilet. So that's a little bit of a culture shock for us. And I think that would be one of the things that,
initially, I don't know if this is a culture shock or a mass media shock.
Yeah.
But when we first arrived, we were scared. We were looking over our shoulders. We weren't sure, it was weird for us to see guns everywhere. All the buildings had like barbed wire, razor wire, electric fences, gates over everything. Culturally, that was weird for us. And it took us time to become normal with everything looking like it was like a small prison. And now that we're used to it, it's like, oh yeah, no, this area is cool, no problem. As we're in the beginning, we're like, are we safe here? Like, is this okay?
Yeah.
So that was a potential culture shock that it took us, I don't know, 6 weeks to sort of really get to terms with going into an area and going, okay, this is safe. Versus, are we safe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So,
never understood why they named it Loretta. Oh, Diablo. Yeah. Okay. I like crazy names. That's cool. Zapote, delicious fruits.
Wow,
awesome. We love yummy fruits.
We do. Yeah.
Sorry about my pronunciation of the comments there. It was probably a bit too much for me. Love you guys. Amazing personalities. Thank you, T.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. We're just being us. And it's awesome that so many people are enjoying this adventure with us. It makes this adventure easier, more fun.
And it's nice to be able to share. It really is, because I mean it's a new for us, and it's nice to be able to share your country if you're from El Salvador and you're not here anymore, and it's nice for people who are looking at wanting to come here. It's great. There was a question I think we missed about, do we interact with other expats? So yes, we're a bit slow on it, only because we didn't have a car and we were sort of out, and we're not really in walking distance from anything. Now with the dancing and stuff, we're definitely meeting up with more expats, and we're now able to also go to the meetups and things like that. So we've met some really lovely people who have come to El Salvador to check it out, who are looking at moving here. So we've, sort of really, really enjoyed meeting some really wonderful people who are looking at coming to El Salvador. So that's exciting. There is some, people already established. It's great. It's good.
We've also been very so we haven't come here for a holiday, and a lot of people come here for a holiday, and they can literally go, right, I'm here for 2 weeks, I'm going to make the most of it, I'm going to travel to this place, do this and this. But because we're here and we're like, okay, we've got 3 months where we basically have to work out how to get a visa, get a lawyer, get insurances, buy a vehicle, find a new house to live in. Our priorities have been very different. So in terms of socializing, it's been a low priority versus making sure we're comfortable to live here for 1 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So this is awesome, Eric. I really like this, and it's a really good point. Eric says, bear in mind, El Salvador is just starting to open up to foreigners. Although we are always welcome. Thank you. It's only now that you guys are coming in bigger numbers. By all means, you're welcome. And thank you. Like, we appreciate that. And it's funny, like, some people are like, oh, the gringos. And we think that's funny. Like, we think it's funny that we're the gringos. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. We were walking along the beach the other day, and I just said to James, it's really interesting because, we're so the minority. But it's lovely. And I love the beach, and I love just the family vibe here is amazing. It was, I don't know, it was a weekend or an afternoon. But families come and they're just all at the beach. And us, the local beach that we come from is a big, beautiful beach. it's like everyone was playing those soccer games. There was the restaurants on there that people were watching the soccer on TV, and just people were in the water, and it was just really lovely. Like, family's huge and respected here, and it's beautiful. It is really, really lovely.
How does medical insurance work? That is a good question. So what we actually did is, before we left, we took out a 1-year international insurance policy for both of us. So we worked on the theory it was better to buy 1 year and not have to worry about it and figure it out in a slow, methodical way. So we don't know about it here yet.
But we have already started making inquiries. So when we bought the car, we went and insured it, because a lot of people don't insure their cars. And just because we're used to driving on the other side of the road, and it's a little bit more erratic driving here, we
maybe
thought,
for you. For me, it's normal.
pretty important to have car insurance. So we did speak to the guy who did our car insurance, and they also do medical insurance. So yes, it is something we are currently in the process of going through. But we do have a year of our international, one that we took out, or our travel one that we took out before we left. So we still do have that.
Yeah. Thank you for this, Kuzkatelesos. You guys have witnessed we are not what they have labeled El Salvador as. We are a peace and loving. Yep.
Yeah, beautiful.
Totally.
Yep.
We totally get it. It's not the people, it's the media.
Yeah.
We don't judge the people based on how the media and the international has portrayed it. I know there have been problems, but at the same time, it's not the average person that is living into these problems. No. It's a very specialized group of people that have had a big impact. The next thing, have you met other people from New Zealand? And at the moment, no, but we have some locals arriving. They must be on the plane now.
Yeah, so tomorrow. I think they're
tomorrow, yeah.
They're coming in tomorrow. Yep. So they're definitely looking at moving over here as well. So they're pretty much sold up in everything in New Zealand.
They're building.
From Christchurch, they're building. And they've already, they're quite organised.
So we've been in touch with them since we arrived, pretty much, which is awesome. So they will be the first New Zealanders that we will meet here, which is cool. We've met some. Did we meet Australians? I can't remember.
No, we've spoken to Australians, but we haven't actually met any. So we've met Americans, French, English.
Yep.
I
think that's largely it.
And there's Canadians we've talked to as well. We haven't. Yeah, so that's good.
What website did you search for the house? Send us a direct message on Twitter. And I'll send you a couple of links. Kuzkatelekos. You have seen our little paradise and hope you love it, except for the snakes. I can't handle snakes. Don't like those.
No. I must admit it was a bit daunting, the latest one that we've seen, but because it was friendly, it was fine. But it was really sad it did die. But we've actually, because snakes are quite a powerful creature. And we decided that we would skin this one
after it died.
After it died, when we found it dead. So we have skinned it, and I make jewelry. So I'm going to experience making some jewelry with some snake skin. So that's going to be exciting to see.
Nikki makes jewelry, by the way. We were in the process of getting a setup.
Yeah.
Karo, more than making questions, it is very interesting to hear how your life here in our country is unfolding for you. I'm getting used to NZ accent. Yes, I'm sorry. I should speak slower and more clearly, but I'm trying to get through lots of questions.
So our life unfolding here in El Salvador, it's going well. I mean, it's as James mentioned earlier, we are setting ourselves up to live here, and that does take time. As well as we're still having to work. So we are doing, well, James more so than me at the moment, because I'm definitely, the work that I was doing in New Zealand is slowing down. And so we are sort of focusing on setting ourselves up, continually getting an income stream in, because we need to. And then we're so looking forward to sort of getting to that point where we can go exploring. I mean, I think it's sort of making those times to take off and go and have a look. And then also for me, we've got this great space here now that we're going to set up a little studio up for me as well, so I can start doing the things that I love doing.
Sorry about the noise if that's coming through the construction site over the fences. Do you miss anything from NZ?
Yeah, my main thing was my family and friends. Yeah, I think would be the big things. It's, you know, I was talking to an American girl. We met some some people looking at moving down here yesterday, and she sort of talked about, have you said it doesn't feel like home yet? No, El Salvador doesn't feel like home yet. It's getting there. But when you're so used to be able to just hopping in the car and popping around to see a girlfriend or going for a walk or going, catching up with the family or going to the beach and doing the sports that I do. Yeah, I don't have that ability here yet. So, but it's, that's fine.
It's a process.
It's a process. It takes time, and we're fine.
Yep.
We'll get there with that one. So
it's largely because we're unsettled. Like, I mean, we just sold everything.
Yeah, we got rid of it. Yeah.
And starting again.
Yeah.
And because you don't have simple things that you're used to. It's hard to say that it feels like home yet, but it's not that we're unhappy.
No.
Julio, cool. I hope. We hope that they like El Salvador too. We're enjoying making friends, especially people who have a common mission here, which is going to lead on to the next question, which was, what is the reason for moving to El Salvador and leaving NZ? It's always a bit of a sensitive topic, and we're not. I mean, we don't mind sharing, but we know it doesn't make everybody happy for why. So, main reason is it's the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin. Which why not? Like, that's amazing. That's huge in my mind. In my mind, that's important. But not because of Bitcoin, but because of what Bitcoin represents. So Bitcoin represents freedom in my mind, and it's freedom of the individual. And it wasn't just that got us here. It was that Bukele is living into the freedom values of Bitcoin. And one of those freedom values was El Salvador was one of the first countries in the world to drop all of the COVID restrictions, where New Zealand was busy making more COVID restrictions. And El Salvador said no more. And that is one of the reasons that we're here, because we believe the president honestly wants the best for the people of El Salvador and anyone else in the world who believes that what he is doing is the best for the people here. And that's why we're here, because we believe that at the moment, El Salvador has the best president in the world. He's got an 87% approval rating right now. Like, that says that El Salvadorians love him and what he's doing. That's why we're here, because we think that what he's doing is so different to the rest of the world. Now, our leader is not doing that. The leader of New Zealand, I should say, the leader of New Zealand is not doing that. She's trying to tell people how to live their life. And that's
doesn't sit with us.
No.
There's a lot of restrictions that came about that all of a sudden we weren't able to do, and that's part of freedom. And we have, to us, you should have a choice, and so we weren't able to do.
So it's a heated topic.
Yes,
but and we know it upsets a lot of people, but we're happy to talk about it. But not everybody wants to talk about it. Molly, thank you. You're lovely.
Yeah.
She said you're a beautiful couple.
Thank you.
Iris, hi, greetings from Minnesota.
Hi.
Hola. Mucho gusto.
Hi guys, please leave likes. We only have 7, por favor.
Oh yeah, awesome. Oh, we got 21. It says we got 21 likes.
Yes,
but thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe. Subscribers would be massive for us.
Yes.
Watch our videos, share our videos. That would be hugely helpful for us. Thank you. And thank you for everybody who comments and does everything like that. Nikki does a huge job replying to as many comments as she can.
Absolutely. It's lovely. It's nice to be able to sort of connect with people and to be able to, sort of thank you for your comments. Lovely reasons for being here, as perhaps you have seen. We need education on Bitcoin and related topics. Absolutely. I hope you're part of the amazing change for our country and the world. Yeah. the Bitcoin, I mean, James has been in Bitcoin for years, so he's a lot more experienced than I'm definitely someone who's been new, but it's really good for us to see both, on our different levels on how it all works and how it's working here. So it is a couple of things that we're looking at doing a couple of videos on, because for a novice like I am, it's really good I can sort of ask the questions on what I need to know, and that's been really good in that sense.
Yeah. So we want to do some education stuff, just really simple, simple, because it's not actually hard, but it looks hard, and I understand that. But somebody needs to go, hey, look, here's the easy one.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. Eric, your accent sounds very European. My first English teacher was from Denmark. And yes, we get that a lot.
We do.
We sound apparently British, but that's because New Zealand and Australia, they originate from
the British side.
Yeah.
And Molly, Bukele is the best. Yeah, we're really...
Yeah, we're pro Bukele. Yeah, we love what he's doing.
Yeah.
We think he has a great vision for El Salvador and Central America being a new frontier in the world. And we like the dream behind Bitcoin City and why he's doing it, which we believe brings opportunity to people who are interested in doing good for the world. So that's just our opinion. We know not everybody agrees with that, but I mean, we're here because we believe in what he's doing and we support him, which is awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We're caught up with all the questions.
We do.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you for the amazing answers.
We're
glad they're helpful, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
yeah.
Is there anything that you'd like, for us to post or video or do YouTube? So please, if you, it would be good, if there was something that you sort of, because we can go exploring and find it. So it gives us a reason to get out and go and see. So if there are things that you'd like to see, let us know and we can go and see what we can do.
Yes.
Go and find it. Have an adventure. I love
it. Molly, we have some Australians coming to visit us. When are they arriving? Soon.
So beginning of June.
Oh, yeah, beginning of June?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they can't be far away.
So,
okay. Yeah. All right. So that'd be awesome.
Oh, one lot's not coming for a couple of months. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's two lots of, yep.
How are you doing with language? Alexandra,
every
day we are practicing.
Yep.
And we've actually have started doing a pro Spanish course.
Yep. So we've had private tutors.
Yep.
We obviously do Duolingo. We have the pro one, and we also have courses that we're doing online as well. So the best practice though is when we go and speak to locals.
Yeah.
That's the best practice.
Just got to get out there and practice. And I sort of do stand back a bit, so I need to get out there and just pick it down.
Tea, yes, that is an amazing mango tree behind us. And yes, mangoes. Beautiful mangoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
So there are two different types of trees we've got. One grows these really big ones, so they're beautiful.
And Eric, with I think Molly mentioned zapatos.
No, we haven't. So we're going to go searching for them.
Zapotes.
Yeah.
It's a very sweet fruit. We're going to find them.
Yeah, T, we did have mangoes.
Are they those little round things with the hard thing in the center?
Is
that what they are?
Yeah, and they're green and then they go red. If they are, because they
Julio, you're testing our Spanish. Me encanta que ustedes están aprendiendo español.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to talk to T. T, yes, we did have mangoes on that tree. We're pretty much down to there's a few green ones, and pretty much all the mangoes have gone. Yeah, unfortunately. So we're going to have to go raiding because this condominium has heaps of trees down people's streets, but we got bananas. So we're pretty wrapped.
And we also eat.
It tastes like sweet potatoes. Oh, okay. Those mangoes are delicious. They are. They're beautiful. Yeah.
We buy fresh coconut water with flesh.
Yes.
Every day. Nikki makes us an amazing smoothie, fresh coconut smoothie.
Yeah.
And that's part of the best thing here. Like in New Zealand, we bought
used to buy
a box of coconut water.
Yeah.
Here we get fresh coconut water every day for a smoothie.
It's really good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's some cool stuff.
Mm.
So we are at 1 hour.
Yeah.
And we just hit 40 people watching live. And thank you very much to everybody who is supporting us today, supporting us in the past, and will support us in the future. We really appreciate it. It's awesome. Thank you very much. Any questions? We're here to help people know what they need to know to come to El Salvador.
Yes, absolutely. And did you see Fatima? He missed us. Yep. When you're next back in town.
Right, yeah, let us know.
Yes.
Okay, last couple of questions.
Yes, we do have coconuts behind us too. We haven't, James has got to learn how to climb a tree though.
Oh, and I need to buy a machete. I will learn to climb a tree to be allowed to buy a machete. That's basically what it is. I just want to hack up the coconuts. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, no, it's all good. Anyway, thank you very much.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, have an amazing weekend.
And we will catch up with you hopefully in a month's time. We'll do another live.
Yeah, we'll do another live next month. So we'll see you soon.
Okay, see ya. Bye.